What's going on, guys? Christian here from CK Wraps. So today I'm going to show you the taillight tint on Larry's Ammo NYC R8 that we just wrapped in Aurajet, which is Auriful's 3951 Pro Slide, fully printed design. We'll show you that later, but we're going to get into the actual taillight tinting on his R8. Now these are pretty simple taillights, all right? So there are a bunch on the market that are very similar to this style, which are pretty easy. It's very straightforward. We're going to be using Vvivid Air Release Tint for this, and that's pretty much it. So I'll show you exactly how we're going to do it. We're going to basically clean the surface. We're going to use some 70% isopropyl alcohol. You can get this anywhere, drugstore, Walmart, whatever you want, Amazon. And I'll put a link in the description below to all the tools that I'm using today, including the tint itself and the 301 masking tape that I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to dry this off a little bit, accelerate it. We don't want to use an abrasive cleaner on the lens because it can actually crack the lens. So 70% is about as strong as you should ever go. And the reason why we're going to be masking off the edges is so that we can allow the film to slide off and we can alleviate any tension just in case. Now these are very easy to do, like I said, but we're going to mask it off anyways because it's just very good practice to do. All right, so we're using the light smoke tint. Larry's been sitting on this a while. I sent it down to him after I wrapped his car in gloss Nardo gray. For him to do it, he didn't know how, so we didn't want to get into it, so we just saved it for now. So
I knew you were coming.
He knew I was coming back again. Yeah. Larry's filming this, guys, so got a real pro back there.
Oh, don't go that far.
So what we want to do is anchor this out, and because it's been sitting and folding, so you can see that there's a lot of damage in it, this is all going to heat right out. Well, it should. So I'm going to test it right now. It's been about a year. So what I want to do is keep it elevated. And I don't want to stretch it yet, I just want to hold it. And I want to soften the film up so that all the wrinkles and everything kind of go back to normal. Alright, so just throw a little bit more heat at it. So you can see that it's glassing out quite a bit, so it's getting a lot smoother. We're going to just take it. We don't want to stretch it too much. We want to keep it flat. Right around the lens. Right now, we just squeegee out the air. If it's a little bit hotter, it might be a little bit more difficult to squeegee out the air, so keep in mind that your bubbles might be a little bit more challenging. Once we're finished this, we'll cut it out. So before we finish, we're going to go around all the edges with some heat. Make sure it's all locked in and sealed up tight. Which is right about now. And doing this on the vehicle is much easier than doing it off the vehicle. Simply because we can pull on it. Now we don't have to go nuts and wrap around all the edges really far. We can trim it right off as long as we don't have any tension, and we'll be good. So we want to find a sweet spot right here, wherever we can find a nice little gap, and the blade should be doing the work, okay? If you find that you're pressing very hard, you're doing it wrong. So we glide very fluently and very nicely around. We're staying more on the, I'm staying more on the lens side than the vehicle side. Just take our time coming around. Going around bends is a little bit more challenging. And I'll come straight off the bottom here. You can mask more of the vehicle off if you're concerned. And then we'll start and we'll come back here. Anchor your hands, always important. That's going to allow you to keep your guide. And then we're going to run our blade on the back side of the bottom edge. So I'll start in here. We go over one more time with heat, and then we're finished. We can use our squeegee to actually get it around the edge slightly for any excess that we might have. That's tinting the light, guys. So if you found this video informative and helpful, don't forget to give it a like. Again, a link to all the products in the description below, including the tint itself. Larry can show you a good example of the amount of smoke that we're getting between the two lights. You're only losing maybe 3% light output, especially with LED lights, headlights, taillights nowadays. You're not losing much light output at all. They're super bright. These are going to shine through very well at nighttime. Yeah. So if this is illegal in your state, you will have to check. It's definitely a liability depending on where you are, so just be careful of that. But that never stopped anyone from modifying their vehicle.
Looks awesome.
Adds it in really nice, does a really nice tie-in with the black wrap. It's too much bright red going on here, so it looks nice. That's it, guys. Again, thank you for watching. Take care.